Little Timmy. Timmy. Oh, hold on. I got to do stuff here. I got stuff going on. I got to get rid of this. And let's go here and do this. Nope, not that. That's too much. How about this? Yeah, that'll work. Wow, I look pale as shit. My eyes look horrible too. Hi. Hello. How we doing? I did not sleep good last night. I look like I have a black eye. I can't even see it. The light in here is so bright. But man, I was looking in the mirror. It looked like Michelle hit me or something. Maybe she's punching me in the sleep. In my sleep. I would deserve it probably. I'm sure I did something in her dreams that deserved it. Because that's what I do in her dreams. Hi. What's going on? Zenny was first here. Hi, Zenny. And then Jenna right after. Hello. Crypt Keeper, we were sent by the Timmy. Hi, Tomatillo. And thanks, Tim, for sending people over. And I hope I sent you a message, too. I just hope you didn't quit because of me, right? You know, people can go over each other. I did bump back a half an hour just so I wouldn't go over you because I know you started about a half an hour late. But I hope that wasn't the reason you quit because I hate that when people feel like they need to. There's Keith. What's up, Keith? Good to see you, man. Linda Worth. Hello. Coral, my friend. What's up? What was I? Coral, I was going to mention something to you. I think about you guys when I'm not around here. I mean, not in the streams, and, you know, I'll be out there playing a video game and something will come up and I'll go like, boom, I got to tell Coral about that or whatever. Land O'Lakes. Hello. Hello. Where are you at? You're going to the Clash, right? Where are you at, Land O'Lakes Aquatics Plus? Where are you located at? And there's Moose. Hello, hello. What's up, neighbor? Tim says. And you probably are one of my closest neighbors. Probably. You're probably close. There was that one guy. I forgot his name though. He hasn't come around for a while, but he was only about an hour from me. Oh, and there's Dank Tanks too. So he's down in Auburn, New York, which is I don't know, 40 minutes. Moose says it looked like you washed your hair. Yeah, I just got a shower a little bit ago. It's still wet. Yep. It looks like it's windy there. I have the fan like right here because it's actually hot for us today. It is 84 degrees, which is I didn't think we're going to hit 80 again this year. So tomorrow I think is the hot day, and then there's like 4 days in a row where it's going to be in the 80s, which for us is pretty warm. I know for you guys that have dealt with this horrible summer for so long, it's nothing, but for us 80 is pretty warm. It's only getting into the high 60s at night, so it's just not comfortable because you get used to it, right? Yeah, after these few days of 80s, we're going to go back down into like the 60s from then on out. We'll probably be done. This is the last big hurrah of the 80s. Where we at? So Jenna, oh yeah, because the fan is right there, Jenna. That's why it's... And Linda Worth and Jorge, hello. It's good to see everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me. John, my Fish Tanks Aquatics. Michelle, after our hike yesterday and all the times you laughed at me, maybe I did smack you in your sleep. Okay. Michelle, and I want to say hi to some more people as we go, but she makes me laugh so hard because she is so deathly afraid of spiders. And there's Delightful Delilah. Hi. She's deathly afraid of spiders. And a spider actually came, I didn't even notice it. So that the trail is nice and wide, but there was a spider right in the middle hanging by some cobwebs, you know, the spider webs that we couldn't see, I couldn't see, but she saw this little spider that was right, it was probably, I don't know, where was it? Maybe nipple high. It was nipple high. On me, right? I think, and then I went up to it, you know, and I was trying to get a picture of it and stuff, and it fell, and she started freaking out. You know, she saw it was down below and stuff. But after that, she picked up a stick, and she called it her spider wiper, and she's just doing this the whole time we're walking on the trail, just making sure that there's no spiders in front of her, and it killed me. It was so funny. The spider wiper. I wanted to get her in a video doing it, but you know, she doesn't care to be on the videos, which I get. No, obviously no judgment for my best friend. But it was just super funny. Her spider wiper. the whole time, the whole rest of the trail. We only did it was like a 2-mile trail. It's 4 miles. It was 2 miles in, 2 miles out. It wasn't a loop. It was a, you know, so it wasn't like massive, but for us it was quite a bit. Like by the time we got back, we were in a lot of pain. We're not doing so good. That's why we're doing it though, is trying to get out there and, you know, get some exercise. We're both, you know, up there and in age, and our health is not great for either one of us, so, you know, we're trying to do stuff, plus get out in nature. So even we were talking about that yesterday, about how it's physically it's good for you, obviously, but it's also mentally, for me, incredibly important to get out there in nature and just absorb nature. I get so much more, I don't know, my outlook is just so much more positive when I get to spend some time in nature. That fan is really blowing my eye, drying my eye out. Okay, I think I talked about that enough. I think I talked about Michelle enough. So we said hi to Delightful Delilah, and there's Steve. What's up? Big shipping. I was at the end of my material and had to stall to drag it out to the hour mark for the last few minutes. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I just hate when people think that they can't go over me or something. You know, people do it. Some people do it anyways. They just go, and that's okay. That's okay. If this is the time you need to stream, this is the time you need to stream. Don't worry about me. I'm not one of those people that would ever, you know, sometimes it sucks because I can't go watch you, or, you know, if you're just doing a pop-up when I have a scheduled thing, it's like, you know, I'm doing that stream and you go, there's a little bit of hurt there, you know, just a tiny bit, but at the same time, maybe that's the only time you could go and you've got something you need to say. So do what you got to do, right? I hate even saying anything in streams about when I'm going to go next because of that. And Land O'Lakes is in central Pennsylvania, Blair County. Gotcha. So very, very close to Morgantown then, right? It's the south, more southeast, but not too far. So we're probably due north of you then. We're straight up right on in New York, right between Rochester and Syracuse, right on the lake. You can't go any farther. Can't go any farther. So there's Jorge and B Wiz and Coral Work saying moose caboose. There's Berto. Hello, Berto. It's good to see you again. And Dr. Awesome. 94 here in Maryland and about 110% humidity. Freaking gross out. Humidity is high here too. Yeah. Slight chance of rain. Warm for us though. Like I said, we've been hitting 60s and very low 70s for the last month, with like 1 or 2 80-degree days in there. So this was a surprise for this week to be as warm. We might actually hit 90, I think, tomorrow. Maybe. It's going to be high 80s. And again, we don't have air conditioning here at home. We don't have air conditioning here at home, so that's why the lights are off on the tanks. I know it's not a lot of heat that it generates, but it does generate some heat. Especially like the 4-foot lights, they do generate some heat. So I leave the lights off on those few days when it's that warm. Because, again, it doesn't happen that often. It's not a common occurrence for us. And it breaks usually pretty quick. It's usually maybe, you know, 2 or 3 days, and then it breaks. And the nights, you know, they do get into the 60s, so it's not horrible. Let's see. There's Winda Liquor. Hello, sir. And Dr. A says, was out and about this weekend, killed me. Yeah, and I saw you in a stream talking about it. Your back sounds effed. Your back sounds effed, man. You were talking about something wrong with the discs and some other, man. So lots of pain. Feel it. Hope you're feeling better sometime soon. I hope you get some relief, because that's the worst. That's the worst, you know. And you don't look like you're out of shape for your age. You know, I could say that. You don't look like you're out of shape. I mean, I'm way more out of shape than you are, and so it's not anything like that. It's just what happens. It's just what happens when you get old. Who else? Kelly Foreman. She's been having a little bit of a rough time. She lost her dog. Not this Saturday, the Saturday before, but it's, you know, like a lot of us who are animal lovers, it really hit her hard. And I get that. I understand that. I had a dream last night that or this morning actually, that I had to give up Wally. Wow, this is all washed out. I'm just looking at this. Why is this so weird? Maybe I'm just weird. Let's turn down these lights a little bit and see if that does anything. It just looks like it's all white. Sometimes they do weird things. They usually remember their settings as long as the power's not removed from them, but that's a little better. I had a dream that I had to give up Wally this morning. And it was horrible. I woke up, I felt like shit because, you know, for a few nanoseconds there, I thought I really did have to give him up, and he was, you know, in some shelter somewhere, not understanding what's going on, and I felt horrible. And then I looked down, and he was right there. And then he sort of knew because he came up, and he, you know, he lays by me a lot, but he came up and he put his head on my chest and just laid there. You know, I don't know. He knows. He knows. Okay, where was I at? Oh, Michelle also had the pleasure of swallowing a bug. Yes. Now, something that makes me always laugh, something that always makes me laugh is when people make the dry heaving sound, you know, the that always makes me laugh, especially somebody who can really do it well. I've been watching a lot of those TikToks of people eating that surströmming, the fish, the fermented fish, and so many people do that dry heaving as soon as they smell it. And that's what Michelle did, because some little bug went right in her mouth, and she had a really rough time. And I'm laughing at her. She's, you know, she's having a hard time here, and I'm just dying laughing. Crypt keeper hands are crypt keeper. See, I still have a problem saying your name, Tim. I should just call you Tim. He's got his hands are wet. Geocaching, yeah, we've geocached for 20 years. We haven't done it recently very often. Actually, I don't remember the last time we even did it, but when the kids were little, we used to go geocaching quite often. I remember one time we went, Michelle and I went to this place called Huckleberry Swamp that's not too far from us. All these places that we go that you see the shorts on, if you happen to see them, they're all like super close to home, you know, 10, 15 minutes at the most away from home. But we were at Huckleberry Swamp. Well, years ago, we went geocaching there, and the geocache was off the trail just a little bit, and we got into some ground wasps. And Aiden, my youngest son, was about, I want to say he was about 7 at the time, and he got stung 21 times by those ground wasps. It was pretty bad. Man, my eye is bugging the hell out of me. I should have taken some allergy pills. I'm sorry. This probably looks gross. It's just bugging me. Let's do this. And later, like a couple days later, I asked the kids, because it was one of the first times I took the younger kids with us geocaching, and I asked them how they felt about it, you know. And Aiden again, he's like 7 years old, and he goes, "The first one was fun. Second one, not so much." It just made me laugh. Not so much. All right. Oh, that feels so good. Sorry. I'm going to smear my makeup. Okay, where was I? The bug. Geocaching. Okay, we got that. We got Dennis, who's not here today. Hello, Dennis. Oh, it jumped. There we go. The reason I've never streamed my own channel by myself is because I live in constant fear that I was streaming over Rico. Thanks, Jenna. Thanks. But I know that some people in our community do, well, some people care about it. They like take offense if somebody streams over them. That's fine. You do you, no judgment. And other people do worry about streaming over other people. But I think you can't do that because so many people stream these days that it's impossible, you know? I didn't even start that long ago. We're closing in on 3 years, and even when I started streaming, there wasn't a ton, but it was right, pandemic time, and right before I started streaming, like I was in a part of a big group of people who started streaming all at the same time. Before that, there wasn't near as many, so people could sort of schedule a little bit more, right? Plus, I feel like the community wasn't as tight, say 5-6 years ago. Now, I wasn't around, so I don't know that, but just talking to different people, the people that have been around that long time, it doesn't feel like the community had as much of a community feel as it did as where back then it was just more separate channels doing their own thing. And I like the community aspect of it. I feel like a lot of channels have been able to grow to a decent size because of the community. I don't think the community holds us back in any way. There's Nathan. What's up, Nathan? I did see your message there. Keith doesn't have AC either. Yep. Jenna, I'm scared. Is the Rico mob going to leave a horse's head on my bed? See, now that's how stuff gets started, though. And I know, Coral, you know me. I know you. I know you're joking, but you know those people out there. You know, Cora. I know that you know, and that's how stuff gets started. Sort of people saying just crazy, whacked out stuff. They have no clue. No clue. You know who I'm talking about. What's up, Mark? LJ says they're sending one elementary school here home early because of how hot it is. Wow. Yeah, I don't think we've ever. Even cold. I don't think anything. Snow days. Obviously, we had a lot of snow days. But school. Oh yeah, school did start right today. Today's the first day of school for this area. My daughter actually works at a high school nearby. I gotta show you something. Let's see. Where did I put that? Another thing I thought was funny. I'm easily amused. Obviously, though, people who know me know how easily amused. Things that I think are hilarious, other people are just like, "Yeah, that's great, thanks." It's not that big of a deal to them. But let's do this. Which one is it? I have to get rid of this one. Is it this one? It is not that one. Where is... Here. Oh, I forgot. I'm on this one anyways. I need to switch over there. There we go. And it's this one. This is the certify that Stinky McPoopbutt having... So my daughter posted this. This is a diploma that they can't use. There's something wrong with it. And she posted this and said to my son, "I didn't know that you graduated from Newark High School." Stinky McPoopbutt. That's the kind of stuff that makes me laugh right there. Stinky McPoopbutt. That's my level of humor. Getting a little of the heat from Texas. Yeah, it's not horrible, but hopefully you guys are getting a break down that way. Huawei, hello, sir. Scotty the Fish Freak, running errands for the Clash. I'm so excited. Coming up so quick. Again, I think everybody here obviously knows, what the Clash is and when it is and everything about it, because we haven't stopped talking about it since last year's Clash. And I'm just so excited. I can't wait, man. I just can't wait to go and hang out with everybody that's going to be there. I got sidetracked. I was talking about Kelly, losing her dog. M&C, I haven't talked to him in the last couple days, but the last time he thought he was going to be going into the hospital. So if anybody has a way to reach out to M&C and see how he's doing, that would probably be a good idea. I will later today. He's not doing well at all. And of course, Eduardo as well. I haven't talked to him in a couple days either to see where he's at. So quite a few. And who else? There was somebody else that was going through something pretty bad too, and I don't remember what it is now. I hate that. I hate that. I hate when you wake up like that, messes up your homeostasis all day. Yeah. Yeah, because you realize pretty quickly that it wasn't whatever the dream was, but it's still, yeah, you're right. It does sort of mess you up. It leaves whatever. It affects your day. And there's Debs. Hello, Debs. Going back to school season, everyone's having to readjust. Have I ever tried Roto V eye drops? I have not. Never even heard of them. Never even heard of the Roto V eye drops. These are just some generic thing I had my daughter pick up for me. They're not even the good ones. They do have preservatives, and I really shouldn't be using those. I should get some prescription ones that would really help, but I don't. I need them quite often. Pyle said, I always like looking at the comments under the geocaches to look for comments like saw snakes or snakes in the area. Found some pretty good place to go look for snakes. Doing that's a good idea. I passed 200 observations, Mark. I'm at like 204, 209, somewhere around there. 200 observations in iNaturalist. It hasn't been quite a month yet, but I found quite a few mushrooms this week. Yesterday when we did our hike, I found it wasn't a bunch. It was like 4 or 5 mushrooms. Couple more plants. I'm not finding too much wildlife. It's almost all fauna. It's all mushrooms and plants. Almost all my observations are that. I need to look more birds and stuff like that. But I found ever since I started doing the iNaturalist, I'm not looking up near as much. I'm looking at the ground way more. So, but I did pass 200 observations, and I'm like, in the New York State one, I'm like in the top 30 now observations, and there's another project I'm in that's just for my county, and I'm second. The top person only has 400 observations, though, so there's not a lot. And there's only like 15 people in the entire thing, so it's not like a huge thing. But I still, a little bit of pride. There's my buddy Mark. What's up, Xanadude? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Rock pile 70 feet to the west, knocked thrice on the leeward stump to summon the rattlesnake mother. Nice, Carl. Oh. What was I at? I got down to, I heard Rico will leave something in your bed if you don't thumbs up. I definitely will not, and I don't even care that much about the thumbs up. It's nice, it matters, but who cares? It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I always get at least 1 or 2 thumbs down on every single stream. And I know probably who's doing it. There's a few people that, do that kind of stuff. And even that's engagement. But I don't really care. I got my 1,000, right? I think Steven and I, way back in the day, we were rushing to get to 1,000. And I think we upset some people because we talked about it. Mostly me. Mostly it was on my side. Steven didn't talk about that much. When he was talking about it, he was usually reacting to me bringing it up. But I think it, bothered some people. But so once I got to 1,000, I promised that I wouldn't talk about any of that kind of stuff anymore. And I don't. I haven't since. Whatever it is, it is. As long as the channel keeps slowly growing, I'm fine. I don't need to blow up and get, 2,500 subs in 2 days or any of that kind of stuff. If I get like 50, 60 subs a month, it doesn't have to be that. As long as it's 5 subs a month and not like negative numbers, because that would be disheartening. Okay. Pyle said, no temperature breaks for us until next week. And L2L has a countdown app. What is Land to Lakes? A countdown app for the Clash? What is a Clash? That thing you're going to be at next year. I wish you could have made it this year, but I understand. And hopefully next year. But having said that, we might not make it next year because it's Michelle's turn to pick. It's Michelle's turn to pick what we do for a trip, right? It's we've been doing the Clash the last 3 years, so if we can afford to go on 2 trips, we'll do that because she really wants to go to Salem, Massachusetts, and do all the witchy stuff. I didn't say hi to Vibes. Hi, Vibes. Mr. Vibes, hello. What's up, Ed? And Larry D, my friend Larry D. And Bewizzle, the Bwiz Master, Rizzaroni. Keeps jumping. Shows a low of 71 on Wednesday, still 100 during the day. See, our highs and lows don't vary as much as a lot of other places, again, because of the lake. You know, Lake Ontario is right there, so it really affects that. It takes 5 to 10 degrees off the top temperatures and 5 to 10 degrees off the bottom temperatures. So we don't really have the extremes of temperatures that a lot of other places do, especially like towards, you know, the end of fall, where the high might be 55 and the low 50, you know, something like that. It doesn't really change much. Lake to Land says 2 weeks, 2 days, 19 hours into the clash. Very cool. Very nice. Yeah, 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. That is, man, it's going to be so much fun. Third year for us. Third year in a row that we've been able to go. And again, got to say thank you, because you guys made it happen. The community, and that's not all of it. You know, the community sent us money behind the scenes and stuff. So you guys, you know who you are. Thank you so much for making it possible for us to go. Couldn't have gone without you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to say that for the rest of the year. Going to say that for the rest of the year. Pyle said, over 200 nights, you're on track to pass me. But I'm slowing way down, though, Mark, because like I've already got most of the different types of plants that are easy to find in my yard. A huge percentage of those plants and animals that we do have, my observations are from our yard, from our property. But we've been trying to do a lot of hikes. Every other day we try to go do a short hike, you know, 2 to 4 mile hike. Excuse me. And that's where we can find more of those observations. Yeah, so, but I'm slowing way down because, you know, there are going to be different areas, swampy areas and things like that, but I'm getting all the big stuff out of the way, right? There's a ton of just different plants. I'm getting that out of the way, and probably by next month it'll really, really slow down, because it'll be more of those small observations here and there that I find. Man, Camp Tom, what's up? What's up, James? Scotty should do a Jeopardy thing where every answer is, what is the Keystone Clash? I'll take aquarium conventions hosted by the Aquarium Club of Lancaster County for 1,000, Alex. That's too long. What's up, Lando? Hello. I'll stop leaving the thumbs down. You do you, CT. You do you. I still love calling you CT. Damn it. It jumps a lot. That's so weird. I guess because I get behind in the chat so far. I'm not. I'm 4 minutes behind. Wait, so our race of 10K subs is canceled? Yes, Steven. I'm sorry. It is canceled. It is canceled. You'll beat me anyways, and that's okay. That's okay. You deserve it more. You really do. That's not just, you know, you've got, although you've got to get back to yourself. I know that you're doing a lot of stuff for jobs type stuff for another channel, but, you know, people really miss the raps. Don't want to put any pressure on you, but it's time, and you know, I know you've got to feel it, so hopefully you do. Hopefully maybe the clash will be motivation for you to put something together and do some type of song. I'm really considering live streaming. I will need to fit it in a busy schedule. Yeah. And Coral says, do it. You have a lot of knowledge to share. 100%. Yeah. I think, you know, I think most people, if you feel up to streaming, you should really do it. I think that even people who think they're boring or whatever, don't have the knowledge, you still have something to bring to the table. Whatever it is, your personality, humor, whatever. And it brings us closer together, right? I think the live streaming is a great way to get to know people. Somebody who I wish would do live streams, Aquarium Domain. The guy's got a huge channel. His channel, to me, it's a massive channel because he makes really cool content that's pretty original, right? He's making a lot of his own tanks and stuff. And I mean, I think all of his tanks are homemade, at least all the big ones, you know. And there's been other people. Chris, He made his own tanks. There's been other people that have made their own tanks and stuff, but I would like to see Aquarium Domain do some live streams, and I gotta get him up here for a focus on too. Very interesting person, super nice. I got to meet him last year at the Clash. He's going to be there again this year. Super nice guy, and we really need to get him up here doing stuff more often, I think. Also interview for Mark. You could also interview with Aquarium Max Pets. They do a lot of reptile and ento stuff. I'm sure they'd love to have you. That'd be cool. Yeah. I'm not into that stuff all that much, but it's because it's Mark. I'd watch it. Definitely. Most schools in this area have early dismissal because of heat, while others have no school because of prison escapee. Jesus. It's so hot, the prisoners are just escaping. And Mark says that if I did live stream, I probably wouldn't stick to just fish topics. I have way too many interests, yeah. Usually I have enough going on every week to talk about how the week went and all the crazy stuff I did. I think you should, definitely. I 100% think you should. All right. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anybody. Vibes has got to take off. Thanks for dropping in, Vibes. I appreciate it. Oh, tonight's guest for the Focus On, if you haven't seen, is Shane. Not the dog, the man. Not Fox Ann's new puppy, which is just adorable. Little corgi. Oh my God, just corgis are just so cool. I would love to someday. Someday I will have a corgi. But I think she might do a daily. I know she did a poll about doing like a daily, like I do the daily dose of Wally. She'll do something along those lines. I know I saw one that was members only. I don't know if she'll do members only, but you know, keep your eyes peeled. So hopefully we'll get to see Shane grow up. I think that's going to be really cool. I have 2 more videos for Dan to do, and then I'm done and back to my channel. Oh, gotcha. I didn't know that it was a short-term thing. You know, I did see that on the video for Dylan, or no, your comments maybe somewhere. You said last of 3, and I was curious. I didn't know that you had like a contract. I thought you were always working with him. Brother Dan, where have you been, Brother Dan? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little bit, man. I was just thinking about you yesterday. I should send you an email and see. Hopefully you were just enjoying the summer with the grandkids and stuff. But it's good to see you, and I hope you're doing well, my birthday brother. Coro says, I think I'm boring. I'm still going live in a few because I skipped the last 2 weeks and I feel bad. Gotcha. Yeah, Tuesdays you do. What time? Like now, right? Is it 2 o'clock? Richard Snoochie Booch, what's up? Discus arriving tomorrow, going to be great. 7.5 inch German 5-inch German Wonders and a pigeon blood red. Long time coming, excited, and it's good to see you, Richard. Hope you're doing well and very cool. I've never kept discus, but they do look interesting for sure. You know, the burnout is real from fish keeping, right? And I always get motivated more at the Clash, so I'm hoping that it does, because I really you know, I'm sort of in a rut with the fish that I have and everything that's going on, and I've been thinking more and more about getting into some different stuff. I just don't want to put up any more tanks though, so I don't know. Discus probably aren't on there because I'd have to get a bigger tank, I think. I don't know what I want to get. Achilles are on my short list, but so many things are. Will old tank syndrome cause plants to stop growing? What do you guys think? I think no. I think that an old tank would be better for the plants, especially if you're keeping up with the water changes and you're you know, fertilizing quite a bit. But maybe there's a reason. Maybe something gets depleted out that doesn't get put back in somehow. I feel like as long as you're doing your root tabs or, you know, easy green or whatever your choice of liquid fertilizer is, that shouldn't be an issue. But I am definitely not your plant expert. I'm not an expert at anything. And we do have some people in here that are much more knowledgeable. So I'm curious on their, you know, like Steven, you know, what's your opinion on that? Tomatillo, you know, what do you guys think about those things, about old tank syndrome? I think, you know, I think it's definitely all about fertilizing, but their growth is slow. It's slacking on water changes. I think for the plants too, water changes are super important. I mean, Kelly talks about that. Stephen talks about that quite often. Myrtle, about how the water changes are great for the plants, and that might be too. Okay, let me go back up. Whip, yes, Whip lost a very good friend, his best friend, this last week. So he's just taking a little time. He's okay, but he lost one of his best friends. He died, passed away suddenly, heart attack. So they buried him. I think Saturday was the funeral. So, and it hit him hard. That hit him hard. So he's just taking a little time, but he's doing okay. He's, you know, he's hanging in there. I just talked to him yesterday, and he's doing okay. But, you know, it's just, when it's a surprise like that, it was a younger guy. He was a guy in his 50s. And again, it was one of Whip's very best friends from when they were, you know, young kids. So it just sort of hit him hard. You know, that surprise like that. When it's sort of, you know, the person's been in bad health for a long time and all that, it's difficult. But when it's sudden like that and a surprise and you just didn't get to say goodbye, that's the tough part, I think. So that's what I've been through. Hi, Ritesh. And Steven says, no contract or anything, but Dan has someone to help with videos in-house now, and I've been wanting to step back because my day job, my issue, make more content. It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. And that was a great experience for both you and Dan, I think. And, you know, definitely a positive thing. And it'll be cool to see some of your content, though, again. Yeah, definitely. I always enjoy watching your stuff. You know, you got the editing stuff down. You do an amazing job. You know, where was I at? Okay, got that one. I've heard different definitions of old tank syndrome. What symptoms are we talking about? Yeah, so they just said that the plants aren't. Tom said the plants just aren't growing for him. The growth is really slowed, but he has been using fertilizer. Has been using fertilizing. Same here. I was a bit hesitant to answer because it completely depends on the plants and whether or not they're getting nutrients needed. Yeah, that's difficult answering some of those questions, right? But Tom said he is sort of slacking on water changes. I think that would be the first thing I would do is get caught up and start doing them regular again, see if it makes a difference. At least you can rule it out then, right? Do it for a couple weeks and make sure that that's not the issue for sure. You know, that would be the first thing that I would do, is realizing that I haven't been water changing as much as I should. I would hit up those water changes and just see. Maybe the plants start going and build up of excess nutrients would certainly cause an algae bloom that may choke out the plants. Winda says, I had a coworker pass away last week. He was only 15 minutes from the yard. Heart attack, no one else involved. He was 51. Yeah. Yep. That's right about the same age there as Whip's friend Daniel. And I don't know. It's difficult. It is. It is. But, you know, so if you do see Whip, you know, he's a pretty private guy, but I know he doesn't mind me telling. He's mentioned that. He's posted on other social media. He's on Facebook if you guys want to go see him there. So I know he's posted it in public places. That's why I knew he wouldn't mind me mentioning it. If you're doing top offs with tap water containing KH, then you're constantly increasing the KH of the water as well. So a lot of different things to do. Brooklyn Bell, a lot of different things to check with it, right? Brooklyn Bell, hello. I tried, what did we try the other day? We tried a spice bush, which was the worst of the Spice Girls, I think, really. Bush spice. Spice bush. I don't know if they have those down by you, Brookley Bell. I don't know how widespread those are, but spice bush is it's a bush. You know, it doesn't get too big. It doesn't get real thick with leaves and stuff. It's a very woody, and it gets some few big leaves, but it gets these little berries on it that are, when they're ripe, they're bright red, and they're beautiful. They look like a little Tic Tac or something. They're just bright red, and they're great when they're dried and stuff for spices and things like that. Like somebody said they use that all the time in dishes that ask for like nutmeg. They use that instead and they like it better. We just tasted them. Very citrusy. Michelle did not like it, but I thought it was okay. It's not something I would eat all the time, but it was did anyone score any Labor Day sales? I did nothing. Flip Aquatics had his high-grade fancy red tigers marked down quite a bit. From, wow, half price almost. Saved a bunch of money. Nice. I did not. Yeah, I haven't been spending any money at all. I have not spent any money at all. Spice Bush was my nickname in college. Good job. Good job, City. That was a good one. That was a good one. I have some brown algae and hair algae starting to choke them out. Water level is low because I haven't been topping it off. I feel bad. Oh, you just haven't had the time. Yeah. Well, definitely if the hair algae is too much, right? That'll definitely do it. Like the hornwort I have in this tank is floating, and every couple of days I have to pull off the hair algae that's on that. It's so close to the light. I've been thinking about getting rid of the hornwort in that tank, putting in a different tank. It's a pretty decent light on there, and it just gets hair algae right on the hornwort. Only place that it gets it. Anybody tried plants from BRS Fresh Lace lately? No, I have not. Matt said, Spice Bush, just say no. Ooh. Evaporation, also increasing concentration, which will hinder nutrient. Gotcha. Yeah. So water changes and keep them topped off with, they're saying RO water. And I guess it depends on your plants too, right? Because like I have never once used any RO water at all. And, you know, but certain plants don't like my water. I use the well water. Every once in a while I cut the well water with a bucket of rainwater. I'll take a 5-gallon bucket of rainwater, pour it into 2 buckets, split that with my well water, and use that for a top off or something. It's not constant though. You know, it's only those few times a year. Yeah, and I'm at the bottom of the chat again. Let's see. So I got about a dozen Goodeids unsexed fry, although I might be able to sex some of them by time, you know, in 2 more weeks, right? It just depends, because some of them are right on the edge. I should be able to start telling males from females anytime now, so maybe I'll be able to sex more of them. But I'm going to bring 2 of the older males that I have for Alishon, who gave me the Goodeids to start with. But I'm going to bring probably another dozen of the Goodeids to give out. And I don't know, you know, again, I don't know females and males on most of them. They're just too young to be able to tell. And I'm bringing a bunch of muck guppies, mostly to give away for the Give a Kid a Tank thing. But I mean, if anybody wants any, I know Patty wanted some, and other people wanted some. There's some nice looking ones. I mean, again, they're muck guppies, but there's some with a lot of color. One of them was really cool. It had just so many. It was banded, where it just had very bright, distinct colors. Like there was a dark blue, and then there was like a bright pink, and then like a, I don't remember what, orange. But it was banded, very distinct. It was very cool looking. So a bunch of those, I'm gonna bring pretty much all the guppies I have to give away at the Clash. The driftwood, I've gone over this so many times now, but I just like to keep bringing it up. The driftwood, hopefully I'll have this full of alder cones to give away. I'm going to bring some equipment as well, like I think. Like I have an older camera and a mic. I think I might bring those to give away to people. Don't know who. Skipper is taking the big piece of driftwood, the biggest piece, so that's cool. I'm glad that's going away. Is BRS Fresh like bulk reef supply, or but for freshwater or something else? Yeah, I don't know who they are. Is it a freshwater? They just did freshwater? Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that at all. Bulk Reef Supply is a great supporter of the community. You know, they do all kinds of, you know, they donate a lot of stuff to different clubs. They donate it to the Fish Fam Christmas. They're just real easy to work with. I like companies like that give back the way they do. You know, I like to support those companies more so than, say, another company that just doesn't want anything to do with it. It doesn't see any positive aspect to, you know, engaging with the community. All right, where am I at? Spent my PetSmart rewards today and got a bag of frozen brine shrimp for $4. Nice. I do need to get some more stuff. So I'm getting low on bloodworms and brine shrimp. I haven't looked at the local places to see if anybody has it. All right, what else? What else we got going on? Is that it? Are we done? Are we done already? Anybody else got anything going on? I hate being at the bottom of the chat. Absolutely hate it. 37 people here. What else are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? Let's do something. Let's, I got no snarf for barb stuff to do. I still do have a couple of things. I have the coffee from Jennifer Weaver that's ready to go. I just haven't done it yet because it's been too warm. Like next week though, we're highs in the low 60s. So that's when we'll try that coffee from Jennifer Weaver. And then I still have the long grain wild rice from Minnesota from K-Stew. It takes 45 minutes to cook. So I thought maybe we'll do that the same day. Maybe I'll have, for lunch, I'll have a cup of coffee and some rice. I don't want to put anything on the rice or cook anything with it. I want to be able to, you know, taste that, just that rice. Alishon said the BRS is smart. They donate the RODI system, but you have to buy their cartridges. Gotcha. Sort of like Apple used to do back in the day with schools. Apple used to donate a ton of software and equipment so that the people in the schools would get used to their stuff, you know, like designers and such. And then when they got out into the real world, they would be hooked on their products because they don't know how to use any other products. You know, Apple did that for a long time too. I don't know if they still do. Elementary schools. Crypt Keeper finally got all the plants in. Remember, BRS gave away the Dream Tank was worth like 100 G's or more. Wow. I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one. All right. I'm getting bored. If I'm bored, you're bored. I got nothing else to talk about. I didn't even go an hour. 48 minutes. We got it. We'll go 15 more minutes then. So I guess I'll just sit here and look at you guys for 15 minutes. Have you thought of doing a special focus on at the Clash? Maybe a big panel could be right. Panels are, no, not for the focus on. Panels are not good for the focus on. They really aren't. But I am doing a focus on at the Clash with Mr. Pooplin. Pooplin said he would do that at the Clash. He'll do that. Panels though for focus on stuff isn't good. But also something I wanted to do different was a snarf or barf at the Clash, where we get a whole bunch of people, and I thought a whole bunch of us could be have our cameras, our phones, or whatever we're using, so that it could be simulcast on different channels, and you know we've all. So everybody there, I'm thinking like maybe 20 people or more involved in a snarfer barf trying something. I think that would be a lot of fun if we did that. I think that would be cool to do, especially if we can get it, like I said, simulcast on a bunch of different channels. I think that would be fun. Steven's making coffee. There's Whip. What's up, brother? Whip, just so you know, people were asking about you. People were, Win the Liquor said he hadn't seen you in a while, and he was asking where you were at. So, you know, just so you know, it's nice when people ask about you. And I mentioned what was going on, so that felt good in my soul. It wasn't creepy at all. See you, Richard. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing better, Whip, and it's understandable. It's understandable. Jenna and I have a board game that has trivia questions specifically for Generation Z, Millennials, Gen X, and Boomers. We could bring that. So Sunday night, I think, is going to be a good time for that kind of stuff. I know Ed is dying to play some games, whatever they are. But I would, I hope that Sunday night we could play some games. Even if we don't play games, I just want to hang out and not have the event over us, right? Like the event isn't, you know, the event is over with. People that have booths and stuff can sit down and relax. They don't have to be putting anything away. And we could just sit down and have a conversation. We play a game, that's great. If we don't, that's good too. That's good too. But Naski, hello. Hello. Generation Gap, so I bet that'll be fun. I've never seen that one. And I feel like I have a pretty good handle on across the board trivia questions across the board. No, that's not true. That's not true. Pop music and stuff today, yeah, I don't know most of, I couldn't tell you. I don't know that I've ever heard a single Taylor Swift song. Nothing against her, I just don't know that I've ever heard one. I probably have and don't realize it. Oh yeah, I definitely have heard part of one because I saw the one with the screaming goats, where they, you know, they cut in the screaming goats, right? Wasn't that a Taylor Swift song? Only with people with boobs get to relax after. Booths, BOOTHS. Only with people with boobs get to relax after. So yeah, I'm only worried about me. You know, I have boobs, so I get to relax. The rest of you people, no. All you skinny people, no, you don't get to relax after the show. You're gonna be dancing for us boobed people. Rico doesn't shake it off. I'm shocked. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I have no idea. Is that Taylor Swift? Nothing against her by any means. I don't listen to pop music, and I probably have heard her music. I just didn't know it, but I don't listen to a lot of poppy type music. I really like stuff that's more underproduced. That's not, I mean, I like stuff like Avenged Sevenfold, you know, that's pretty heavily produced to me. You can hear how, but I still enjoy it. So I guess it really isn't underproduced. It's just if it's going to be overproduced like that stuff, which I feel most of today's pop music is, then it's got to be a little bit on the harder side, right? It is a Tay-Tay song. The Swifties are going to come for me. And again, I don't have anything against her. I don't know enough to have anything against her. I just don't know her music. There's a bunch of them. Beyonce. I mean, I've looked at the lyrics for some of those and saw how fucking stupid they are. Not Taylor Swift, but there was that Beyonce song that like 10 people wrote, and it's like 8 words. That's not for me. That's not for me. And she's probably got other music that's great, and I'm not saying that she's not talented, but I don't know. It's just, I don't like the super repetitive stuff, you know? Talk about a horse's head in the bed. Am I going to get in trouble now? I couldn't name one Taylor Swift song. She could walk up to me right now and say hi, and I wouldn't know who she is. I've seen her. She's cute as hell. She's cute as hell. But again, just don't care for a lot of today's pop music. I don't think that, I'm not one of those old people that say, oh, they don't make any good music today. No, I think there's a lot of great music being made today. Tons of it. It's just not the pop music. You know, there was some shitty pop music made back in the 70s too. It's just that we don't remember that kind of stuff so much, you know. But I do, if I'm going to listen to pop style music, it's more 80s and 70s than it is anything else. My pastor. It's weird to say pasture, but pastor is a Swiftie. Pasture is a Swiftie. Those cows really get down. I knew you meant pastor, but yeah, it's just not for me. If I'm going to listen to more of today's music, it's, you know, I mentioned this before, but like Lord Huron, I really like Lord Huron and music like that. The Decemberists, the Yvette Brothers, Head in the Heart. Who sang that one? Maybe it was the Head and the Heart. That's the name of the band. Yeah, that's the name of the band. Lost in My Mind by the Head and the Heart. I think that's the name of the band. Love that song. That's the kind of stuff I listen to more. It's just music. It's just people playing instruments, you know. Alishon said, I kicked butt playing the original Trivial Pursuit, but after that, not so much. And a lot of those questions are wrong now, too. What was the one about Batman? Like, which one of these people played Batman? And all of the people had played Batman? You know, that's funny that some of them just haven't aged that well. Whip said she could look like Linda Carter or Troll. I don't know who she is. I know of her. That's it. Gotcha. Yeah. I know what she looks like, but yeah. And again, music is so subjective. We've talked about that. I you know, you like what you like. I go through phases. Big time. You know, sometimes I'm really into, well, Tom Waits is my favorite. By far, Tom Waits is my favorite artist. I listen to him by far the most. I don't use this website anymore. It's been a very long time since I did. But you can see... oh. Said my password is wrong. That's how long it's been. Sorry, hold on a second. I just want to show you this, so I gotta reset my password. Update that, log in. Almost done. Hold on. Sorry. Let's see where. Okay, so they've changed the site. So let's see my profile, and maybe that tells. Wow, that's weird. Recent tracks are all YouTube. Let's talk about the Clash pop-up stream from Crypt Keeper. That's latest. It shows a lot of the videos I watch on YouTube. Top artist. Here we go. Okay, so here's where we go. Sorry, this took a long time just to get there. Tom Waits, 21,217 plays. Coheed and Cambria is second with 2,000. So you see how much of a difference. And again, I haven't used this website that much over the last decade, probably. It's probably been 10 years since I was really into Last.fm. Pink Floyd's up there, REM, the Beatles, top albums. Every single one of them is Tom Waits. Top tracks, Tom Waits, Tom Waits, Tom Waits, all the way down, Tom Waits. Every single one, Tom Waits. I wish it showed me all of them, though. Does it have this view all? All time? Yep. More artists. Here, let's go look at that. There. So now you can sort of see chill songs. Tenacious D, Johnny Horton, Eagles, Jimmy Buffett, who just passed away. I used to be a pretty big Jimmy Buffett fan. Weird Al right next to Rush. Between Black Sabbath and Rush is Weird Al Yankovic. That's beautiful. Bob Dylan, Driving and Crying, Gorillaz, Queen. I mean, it's mostly, there's Oingo Boingo. Well, Benedan, that's a local, he was a local guy. Oh, no, that wasn't the local guy. That guy had a song I really, really liked. Really, really like. So nothing really, and again, I haven't used Iron and Wine. I still love Iron and Wine. Haven't really used this website that much in the last 10 years. So this is really out of date, big time. Grateful Dead is probably higher on the list now, even though they've been gone for a while, really, since Jerry died, really. Jane's Addiction, absolutely love. Bob Marley's on there twice with him and the Wailers. Dio, Queensryche, love Queensryche. Silent Lucidity. I used to love using this website to sort of track what I was listening to because it helped me find new music. It helped me find new music on there. And that was very important to me years ago. So my kids would every weekend when my oldest was about 15, right about 15, when he was around 15, I would ask the kids what they're listening to, and I would go find all the music by that person and acquire it and put it on our server that we had at home for music. And we had something like, I don't know, we had enough music to listen to like straight through for like 52 years or something like that, just straight through. But that's how I learned about new bands and stuff. Gorillaz, my son turned me on to the Gorillaz way back then. Coheed and Cambria, that's his favorite band still to this day. He turned me on to them. I absolutely love them. They're from Kingston, New York, which isn't that far. It's about a 3-hour drive. And I've told that story before, but it's one of my proudest father moments was I got to take Anthony, my son, David, our adopted son, and because it was 6 of them, I think there was 6 of them. They were all around 15, 16 years old. I got to take 6 of them to go see Coheed in Buffalo, and that was their very first show ever. So I got to be the one to take them to their very first show, and it's one of my proudest father moments for sure. Same with going to, now it's funny because I took them to go see Coheed and Cambria. My daughter took me to see Greta Van Fleet. She was the one who paid for the tickets and drove to take me. Really, I don't know. It's cool though. Either way, I just Zenny says if I hadn't. Matt's doing the Baby Shark. Tom leaves. Tom waits. Tom is very patient. If I had an all-time one for my life, it'd probably end up being Eddie Vedder. I like Eddie Vedder. Yeah. Whip says, my thoughts on music. It says, no such thing as music that sucks. There's music that doesn't speak to you. And I agree with you 100%. And just because it doesn't speak to you doesn't mean it sucks. To say it does isn't fair to the people it does speak to. And it has nothing to do with how technically, how good of a musician they are. That has nothing to do with it because there's stuff out there where people aren't great musicians, but they came together and it was good enough of music to get it across their vision, right? And that kind of music can speak to you. And I agree with that with Whip 100% on that. It always bugs me when people cast aspersions at somebody or says, well, you like them, so I can't, I can't trust your opinion. You like them, or this band is better than that band. Well, no, it isn't. To you it is, but that's it. That's where it ends. Boom. End of story. Period. And John McKenzie has a good point. I need to go down the pan flute rabbit hole. Start with Zamfir. You know what's funny about that is my dad was a huge Zamfir fan, and I had to listen to a lot of pan flute. That was probably early 80s. Probably. Yeah, I had to listen to a lot of that stuff. I didn't hate it, but at the time I was really, really into like Black Sabbath and Zeppelin and Rush and Van Halen, you know, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, all of those guys, you know. So listening to Zamfir, you know, Baby Shark sucks. It eats my brain, and whoever created has a special place in hell. So Matt says we can't be friends. Stephen P. is my favorite musician. His music is timeless. If this was today, Stephen might be on that list because, again, let's go back and look at this. Hold on. Does this have more tracks? Okay. Let's just make sure there's no porn in there. I doubt it. There's porn, people. Come on. It's on social media. Wow. Yeah, so it didn't pick up anything for a long time because that's weird. It missed a lot of stuff from YouTube, though. It doesn't have everything. I wonder why. Let's look at that again, though. So this is picking up for some reason. You know what? I probably have the extension installed. That's probably why, because I probably installed the extension. I wanted to see if I could get it to work with my Amazon devices. I just muted it just in case I say it. I wanted it to work with my Amazon devices to gather the information from that, but it hasn't been doing it. So but it's missing some things from here. Oh, because I watched on my phone. I watched on my phone and not on... This is only stuff that I watched on my computer and not my phone. That's why. That makes 100% sense now. Because there's a lot of stuff missing from this that I watched that wasn't on there. But a lot of stuff was on my phone instead. There you go. It's almost entirely yeah, it's almost entirely YouTube. It's all, in fact, it is all, that's all YouTube. It's all YouTube. All right. That's enough of that. Okay, people left. Everybody's leaving, so I think that's a good time. We did do an hour, didn't we? Yep, hour and 7 minutes. Okay. I will see you guys tonight. Again, Shane is our guest for tonight. This Saturday, we don't do the live stream because Skipper has the Aquarius auction. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Skipper's channel this coming Saturday. And then the following Saturday, we'll have a focus on again. This today is Shane, and next Tuesday is Diego from Petsotics. So come hang out with us and watch that. And I'm stopping now. See you guys.